We're damn tired. I just want it to be over and done with. I just want them to do the right thing.
This is the story of what happened in Penobsquis over the last few years.
I get my water that runs off the roof of the garage and into a barrel. Then I lift it with a tractor and set it over and pump it down cellar.
There's 60 homes that had water and now are paying for water. It was shortly after they did the seismic testing that our water turned very brown, almost like chocolate milk.
This map is an aerial view of the Penobsquis area, and it shows the old mine that's been in operation since the 1980s. And the new mine will be going across the road over here. The red markings are the mining shafts underneath the ground, and they followed the old Trans-Canada Highway all the way through Penobsquis. The yellow stars are the wells and springs that have been lost over the last 10 years approximately.
When they lost their water, the Potash Company and Corridor Resources decided that it wasn't their responsibility to replace the water, because there was no way to prove that the loss of the water in the farms was a result of the mining efforts.
The white dots are subsidence monuments that the mine have put in to measure how much the ground is settling, that is sinking, and moving sideways, because the ground is doing both.
Something happened here on this property. My front porch steps separated from the house that day. I had just painted them.
If they want to turn it into an industrial park, then buy us out.
I think I paid enough taxes in my time that I shouldn't have to sign a contract now that I can have a glass of water.
It's a chance to make money, but my first priority is to protect the water for the people in New Brunswick.
Lost the water, our well, and we had a driller in and put the well down again, and then we lost that in 2 weeks. We got Riley, we couldn't use it. So then I got the well driller back again and went down 140 feet. And it lasted about 3 weeks. Then it went dry.
The situation is such in Penobsquis that this case is really precedent setting or standard setting in terms of what's going to happen to the rest of the province or even the rest of Canada in terms of what's going to happen when industry comes to communities. And so we really feel it's important that we're going to be successful. And in order to be successful, unfortunately, we need money. We're to the point where we're having to pay to bring in the government folks because we have to pay them apparently to have them summoned, and they're people that have information. We're being asked to bring forward experts, and again there's costs associated with that we're going to have a hard job to take on. So if we're setting a precedent, then we're hoping that everyone else can come forward and help us so that they don't have to face what we've been facing, because it's been torturous and very hard. So if you can help us, please do.
Ultimate justice will be served when Penobsquis gets recognition for the damage that's been done to the people of that community.
The first thing was when they asked the cameras to be turned off. Got quite a reaction from the crowd in saying this is supposed to be a public hearing, so why should the cameras be turned off?
Nixon testified that within 3 years of moving into her new home, problems developed. There were cracks in the molding. Land was uneven, it was sinking. Her septic system wasn't draining properly. And then in 2007, her well water disappeared.
And so what they've done is they've drawn down the water, like if you had a number of wells and one person pumped and pumped and pumped, the water goes down. That's well known all over the world as a cone of depletion.
I'm not enjoying myself at this hearing because basically the inadmissibility of evidence based on the commissioner's rulings, I find is just compromising the complainant's ability to make their case. I don't know how they present anything relevant if the author of that information can't be called to this hearing, and the cost of providing those witnesses is prohibitive for the complainants, and the Potash Court knows that, and they're using that defense as a means of stifling the admissibility of evidence, and I find that very frustrating and very infuriating.
Told my husband 30 years ago he never know the mine's here. Well, we certainly know it's here now. And they may deny it, but truth will prevail. Natural justice, I hope, or justice, period, will prevail.
I can foresee that if we tried to enter the National Building Code into the record here, the PCS lawyer would object because he can't cross-examine the author of that National Building Code. So I'm thoroughly bewildered by the commissioner's reaction to informing himself using every available bit of information that the complainants can provide. And he should acknowledge that the system is set up such that it becomes financially prohibitive for the complainant to provide any case at all.
We're paying for it while industry makes money.